I have a hard time understanding like who this is for, aside from like people that are incredible fucking singers that can sing like the dude and want to do some vocal covers, which are probably very few and far between. But I don't think I'm wrong in saying that most people really enjoy Sleep Token because of the vocals. And I think the vocals are what makes it really unique. I get that the instrumentation is kind of particular as well, but it's definitely like the blend of the two that makes Sleep Token what it is. Taking that element out is kind of weird to me. I know a bunch of bands do this, like put out instrumental versions of their albums, and honestly, I've never really understood the reasoning or the hype because like I don't think there's like an album like that came out instrumentally that I ever thought like, yo, this is so cool. I actually hate the vocals on this album, so this is going to sound so much better. You know, that's just kind of not how music works. Like your songs are structured in a way and composed in a way that they usually try and play off the vocals, and the vocals play off the instrumentation and stuff. So just taking the vocals out is just like weird to me. If you listen to a band like Polyphia, for example, like these songs are written with having no vocals in mind. And by that, I mean that the instruments, there's something within the instrumentation that usually kind of replaces a vocal, whether it be more like guitar leads and stuff, or some of the melodies that'll be popping up will be kind of the equivalent in the end of having vocal hooks. Like that's what it usually comes down to. If you listen to Intervals, they at one point decided they'd try having a singer with them for an album. I was listening to Aaron Marshall, their guitarist. He was talking about the fact that having a vocalist there, it completely changed the way he approached writing the music for that specific album. Because obviously if it's all shreddy and a bunch of hooks and lines on guitar, it just doesn't give any room to breathe for a vocalist to have its own melodies come in, its own patterns and its own things going on. So he really had to take a step back and be like, okay, we're gonna kind of weave it in and out. Like obviously this is still like a prog project, and I want to showcase like that djenty like guitar melody and skill or whatever, but I've got to leave some space for the vocalist to actually have his own like melodies and hooks and lines and stuff. If you just take the vocals off of that album, it doesn't give you an album that's equivalent to some of the other material that Intervals put out. That's just not how it works. All that being said, I'm having a really hard time understanding who these instrumental versions of albums are for. I don't know. If I was in like Sleep Token's shoes or whatever, I could envision like a song or two that have like instrumental versions, or not necessarily like an acoustic version, but like an instrumental version that has some differences, having some more guitar melodies kind of replacing maybe some of the vocals and stuff like that. I don't think that sort of stuff would work for an entire album, but I think it'd be a cool experiment for a band to do, like just for like a one-off song, just like as a single, as like an extra bonus to whatever. In the same sense that bands will do acoustic versions of their non-acoustic songs. It's pretty much the same principle. But that doesn't equate to just taking the vocals off of a track and giving it to the people. Unless these bands are like purely putting this out for like vocal cover purposes, I just don't get it. But obviously in typical Sleep Token fashion, presenting this in a kind of weird cryptic fashion without ever saying too much. So we're never going to get like an extensive statement from Sleep Token as to why they would do this. And at the end of the day, they can do whatever the fuck they want. And that's cool. But I just don't get it. Huge Sleep Token fan, by the way. I can't like overstate this. I haven't like fanboyed over a piece of music in a really, really long time in the same way that I did for Sundowning. So, I mean, this is all coming from the heart. I'm not just trying to bash Sleep Token. Like I fucking love the band. This is more of a statement towards instrumental releases in general. All right, I ended up talking about that way more than I thought I was gonna. So that's that.